Hi everyone, and welcome to the Enrichment episode of Pets on Parade. I'm here at the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast to show you a brand new enrichment program generously sponsored by our friends at Ocean Breeze Resort. We have volunteers that come here 3 days a week to cook up some really nice enrichment treats for our shelter dogs. So come take a taste on what we got cooking in our kitchen.
Hi, my name is Wendy Talbot, and I'm a volunteer at the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast. I work in our enrichment department, which we've had up and running for about a year now. And I'd like to introduce Heidi Fischer.
Thank you, and my name is Heidi Fischer, and I have been here at our shelter for about 18 years. I am the dog trainer, and I help with getting the enrichment program up and running. And we're going to show you some good tasty things that the dogs like to have. Because dogs like to lick and sniff, and these are all yummy things. We might not think so, but they're good.
So today we're going to start off with making seafood frozen cubes. And we start out with sardines and chicken broth and tuna.
Stinkier the better.
That's right, they love them. So we'll start out by putting about a third of a sardine in each ice cube tray. Can't really do anything wrong here.
No.
And they love the juice. So we make sure we use all the juice from the tuna and from all of the fish.
Yeah, the smellier the better.
Yeah.
My dogs love salmon.
Oh, salmon's
Yep.
great for their coats
Yep,
too.
salmon is their favorite.
Absolutely. So we'll just do 2 of these. Finish this one here. And pour this extra juice right in the top here. And then we're on to the tuna. So we do 1 to 2 tablespoons of tuna. That goes right on top. And these are incredible because we'll put these right in the freezer, and then the next shift, which 3 times a week we do enrichment. So tomorrow's shift will give out everything that was done on Monday. And currently we're doing enrichment for about 96 dogs. So that's a lot of treats.
Yes, it is. They appreciate it. And the one good thing is it disappears. There's not a lot of cleanup because they clean it all up.
They totally do. Okay, and then on top, we're gonna put the chicken broth.
Low sodium or just regular? Oh, yep, reduced sodium.
Yes, usually we try to get the low sodium. And when we use hot dogs for things, we try to use the turkey hot dogs because they're much better for the...
They eat better than we do.
Yes, they do. And all of this enrichment program is generously sponsored by Ocean Breeze Resort. So we're very, very thankful to them for giving us the opportunity to be able to do this for our dogs.
Because it is expensive items, for
Super
sure.
expensive. And then, what's really handy,
It's not magic.
these just clip right on top, and we can stack them and put them right in the freezer.
We're missing the same color.
And then they just pop out. We can leave them on the counter once they're frozen for a few minutes, and they'll just pop right out. We put them in a big bowl like this, and we can pass them out to all of the dogs. All right. We have about, I would say, 15 or 20 different enrichment treats, recipes that we use. We're periodically getting more volunteers, staff members will have new ideas. So we run them all through the vet to make sure that it's all healthy and acceptable for the pets. And then we add it to our menu. So now we're going to be making stuffed apples. So we've taken smaller apples and we core them, cut them in half. We have string cheese, or excuse me,
Cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz, thank you. Cream cheese and string cheese. So Heidi, if you want to help me over here.
Yeah, hi. I'd be more than happy. So
If you want to put a cheese stick in the top of this for me.
I've seen these in. I've never made these myself, but I've seen them being distributed out to our dogs, and they actually love them.
This is one of their favorites, wouldn't you say?
Yep, I think this and the yogurt one and the fishy. The fish.
Oh, the fishy.
Yeah, and you just leave it just like that, nothing else.
Then comes the string,
That's
the
like
spray
whipped
cheese.
cream, right?
Yes.
Like this would be
They
whipped
love
cream
this.
for humans, cheese whiz for dogs.
So, and there's no wrong or right way to do it. It's just, you know, yeah.
We just add it in there. Is that where we put
We
it?
do, yeah.
Alrighty.
And these go in the freezer, and like we said, these are probably their favorite because they can eat everything on here. And it takes them a while to chew it when it's frozen.
Yes, frozen is the key here. It lasts a lot longer. That's what I always try to tell my students in my classes. Freeze your Kongs, freeze your items, because they will last twice as long for the pups to be licking and chewing. Because licking and chewing is relaxing. It's really relaxing for the pups, the dogs here, especially being under stress here at our shelter. I mean, unfortunately, they're out of their element, so it is stressful. So this really helps calm them. It's almost like, you know, a person reads a book before they go to bed, and it makes them go to sleep a little bit easier, right? This is a little messy, isn't it?
Yes, isn't it? We do have gloves, but.
How about a hand towel?
So I also do this for my dogs at home, and they really like it. I'll give it to them in the yard, not in the house, because it can be a little messy.
Yeah.
But they really enjoy it. And we also do stuffed peppers here.
Oh, the stuffed
They
peppers are good
love
ones.
the stuffed
Yep.
peppers. And again, it's pretty costly to do this, so we're very
Yeah.
thankful to our sponsor, very generous donor,
Absolutely. Yep.
Ocean Breeze Resort. We also try to give these out when customers are walking through our adoption area to look at the dogs, because it
Keeps them quiet.
Right,
Right.
Heidi.
It makes them present themselves better, so they're not barking and acting crazy. Because nobody wants to adopt a dog that's barking, and so this just makes them relax, and they're like, oh, look at them eating their little snacks and enjoying. So it definitely helps with adoption, and it helps reduce the stress for the dogs in the shelter. And it makes them use their brains, and they're sniffing, because that's what they're known to be doing, is sniffing and digging and shredding things up. And we have lots of different other items that we have for the dogs to do for enrichment. It isn't just always food. It's other things that we have here at our shelter. So they're really fortunate to get all these different types of special enrichments.
And we do have quiet time now, right,
Yep,
Heidi?
quiet time for them to rest, a little downtime for them so they can rest. Believe it or not, dogs really need anywhere between 15 and 16 hours a day of rest.
Wow.
They do need a lot of rest, so they don't get cranky. So rest time is good.
So we have music that we play for them and during their quiet time, and usually they get enrichment during that time as well.
Yep. All right.
Okay, let's make one more of these
All right.
apples.
I'm getting good at this now. You might want to have me on board on this now.
You can help
The
out
funnest
anytime.
part is actually delivering them, because the dogs get all excited. That's like the funnest part to do.
Oh,
I think.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I put my whipped cream on different than you.
That's okay. They'll take it
All right.
any
How about a
way
little
you can
smiley
do
face?
it.
Boop. We use Cheese Whiz for so much. I swear we must take all the Cheese Whiz out of Walmart, because we put it on the walls and put smiley faces when they go back in their kennels. And then
It's a distraction, absolutely.
Yeah, and then we have all these other tons of recipes you have, right?
We do. We have probably about at least 20 recipes, and they're available on our website at hstc1.org if you'd like to check them out. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yes, thanks. Hi, I'm Heidi here from the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast. I've been affiliated here for almost 18 years. I am the dog trainer here, and this is Wendy with me, and she is helping me out today with some of our enrichment that we do here at our shelter. So we are going to talk about some enrichment that you can do at home with your dog that's really not too expensive. We have food enrichment that we just did a little bit earlier. Now we're going to show you things that you can do at your own house. These are Kongs, which I think everybody is really familiar with. We can stuff them with treats, peanut butter, cheese whiz like we were using earlier, right? And put them in the freezer. That's the big key, putting them in the freezer so they last longer for your pups. And then we have also, they're called licky mats. And you can put peanut butter, cheese whiz, cream cheese on them, and also put them in the freezer. And you can use these for your dog when they're getting their nails done, or maybe they don't like having their baths. You can stick it to the tub. They have little sticky things on the back, so they're pretty cool, right? Or maybe doing their toenails and things. So we do use these at our shelter. These are pretty common. They'll use these in the back. The vet techs will use these when they want to give them their vaccines and things, give them something to do. So those are kind of nice to have.
They can go in the dishwasher too, right?
Yep, you can wash them in the dishwasher.
Handy.
And then everybody at home should maybe still have a muffin tin hanging around, right? You might have muffin tins. Those are great for enrichment for your dogs. You can put hot dogs, you can put your dog's dry kibble in there, hide them underneath the tennis balls, and then the dogs have to work on trying to get the treats out. So that's also another good fun one to do. We do this sometimes on Mondays here, or no, we're doing it on Fridays now, I'm sorry. We do Fridays, we do nose work here where the volunteers come over and they get the dogs from the shelter and they come in this building and they actually have to search for hot dogs and treats in puzzle toys. So if you're not familiar with puzzle toys, these are kind of neat. They go from level 1 all the way up to level 3. So this,
like children.
Yeah, right. You can get them. You can get them in Amazon, the pet stores, or whatever, and you slide them around. You put the treats in. We do this for the shelter dogs, and they love to work and try to get in that on them. It really makes them more tired. It makes them use their brains because it's not always about physical exercise for dogs. I have lots of students that come to me and say, "Oh, I want my dog to be, less active. How do I make them, not so excitable?" And I says, "Well, have you done some brain game things with your dogs, right?" So this is what we would call brain games. Now this would be a level 3 toy for your dog. We would put treats, probably dry treats because they might get stuck, but it's pretty cool. You watch them in class and they try to spin it, and if it falls out, the dog gets it, and they really have to work hard at doing it. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So these kind of toys here are what we call working the dog's mind. They have to work for their rewards. So, and then they spin it and it falls out, and hopefully they get it. Yeah.
That's the advanced level.
Yeah, the advanced level. So we have here our PVC pipe. So if you have a husband that's handy at home and has a little drill, he can drill holes in these, and then you buy the little caps at Home Depot. You stick it with food. Whoops, there we go, Butterfingers. You stick it in there with treats, and then you put the cap on, and hopefully you don't have a dog. If you have a really heavy chewer and a dog that's going to eat the cap, you might want to pay attention. But usually they have fun with this and play around. You can see there's some teeth marks in there. Right? Yeah. So some of these guys are really rough and hard, but they're really cheap and easy to make, and that's another thing that you could do, especially like in the summertime when it's really hot and you can't get out to do the walks, or it's raining out and you can't get your dog out. These are always good to do, and it makes your dog actually relax and more tired, right? And then we have, if you have an old yoga mat or maybe a towel, right? You can put some treats in the towel. You see these on YouTube everywhere. You just put treats in and you roll it up, and you can have a big towel, a beach towel, and you can tie it up, and they have to work at trying to get their treats out. You can do it with the yoga mat. This is kind of fun and cute. You put the treats all in there, you roll it up, and then the dog has to push it to get to the treats. So they're using their noses, right? So dogs see with their noses, so they're always wanting to sniff and work with their nose to get yummy things, because dogs are foragers and they want to hunt, right? That's a natural thing for a dog, hunting and digging and searching, right? So that's automatically going to make them tired. And then you have the old cheap egg carton, right? If you have an egg carton at home, you can put their kibble, dry food in here, close it up. Yes, it does make a little bit more of a mess. You might want to, Wendy, put this out on your porch, right? Like you did your other, right?
Absolutely.
Because you don't want this all in your house.
They'll love to chew it.
Yes, they'll chew it up. And if they did eat some of this, it's biodegradable. I think it will go right through, right? Hopefully. And then, so those are some fun things you can do. And then we have the fancy snuffle mats, right? These are very, very common.
yeah.
They have the real cute little ones here. I swear they're more for the people, the way they look. The dogs really could care less how they look. It's what's inside, right? So you stuff them with some treats, and they go and they forage for them, they try to hunt for them, and that really is fun for them to do. I always, in my classes, always try to have some puzzle toys out for my students, snuffle mats, just to give them something to do in class while we're talking and teaching and things like that. So those are some good items. And then in the summertime, you could use an old yogurt and pour it in with what we used over there, the turkey or the chicken broth,
Oh, yes.
right? Chicken broth, some yogurt, freeze it, dump it out on your pool porch or whatever, and the dogs will knock it around, kick it, lick it, and have fun with it, and they're liking the taste of it, right?
Put sardines in there too.
Yeah, you could put sardines in there. I'm not putting sardines. You could also, they have these items out now. I'm not quite sure what, yeah, you can freeze them. They're little tiny cubes for maybe the real little tiny little dogs, like the little
Or
chihuahuas.
cats, maybe.
Yeah, and we do so much enrichment here. We do enrichment for our rabbits. We have a great team that does great enrichment for our rabbits and our guinea pigs, and our cats have good enrichment. So we do have a lot of extra stuff for our pups and cats and rabbits here.
Sometimes hamsters, right?
Yeah,
Roosters. We've had roosters.
Roosters. I don't know what they would do for. Maybe give them mealworms. They like the mealworms, right? Yeah. So yeah, we offer a lot of different things to keep our dogs stimulated and happy, because we're trying to make sure that all the dogs are not as stressed as they need to be here at our shelter. So.
And we're always looking to recruit new volunteers.
Yes.
So hstc1.org if you'd like to volunteer. It's a very rewarding experience.
Yeah.
And we need help in the enrichment department currently, so.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you so much for watching our enrichment episode today. We hope that you learned something about your dogs at home that you can do to help enrich their lives. And huge shout out again to our sponsors at Ocean Breeze Resort. If you guys are interested in getting involved in our enrichment program or donating items, you can go to our website at hstc1.org/enrichment. Thanks so much for watching.